What is up, everybody? Twitterverse TV here today. So I'm gonna talk about this sentiment I've been seeing in my comment sections. I've been seeing on social media. Apparently, Phil Spencer made a statement that they might be exiting Xbox, maybe exiting the gaming space after 2027 if things don't pick up. Which I don't know why people are championing. Mostly the Sony fan base are championing this idea that there's one less competitor in the gaming market right now. It should be a dumb thing. If you're complaining about a monopoly now, just imagine if Microsoft is gone. Instead of paying the $20 increase for the basic tier PS Plus, you're probably gonna pay double that. So that doesn't make any sense to cheer that on if you are a Sony fanboy. But you know they don't think too brightly on that side of the game community right there. But we're gonna read a few of these comments and talk about this situation right here. This guy states that Xbox may be about to exit the gaming business for good, even at the Activision Blizzard King deal. This person states in 2020, Jim Ryan said the Xbox Series S is bound to be a failure, and everyone laughed. 3 years later, it became true. Gamers/devs hate the console. That's not true because most of the consoles sold as Xbox Series S, so obviously that's not true. And then the devs that have been complaining about them making like these weird indie games, it's like stuff that can run on like mobile phones, but they're complaining about the system. Now, Jim Ryan said Game Pass will be a failure. 2027, when Microsoft exits the gaming business, they'll realize he is right too. If Game Pass doesn't increase substantially by 2027, Xbox will no longer be more TikTok. So it's like roughly 4 years from now. Phil Spencer says Xbox will leave the gaming business if Game Pass doesn't grow enough by 2027. I'm assuming this must have been like a quote from one of these leaked documents. I don't know where this quote is coming from. Did he do an interview recently? I'm not sure, but I can fairly safely say that if we don't not make enough progress than this off of console, we will exit the gaming business. So this is the thing that people have been running with. It's like, really? Do you really want them to go? I mean, if they did go, I will begrudgingly probably play on PC or probably PlayStation, to be honest, because I don't know why people PlayStation and Nintendo and just PC would be kind of trash, to be honest. Like, no Xbox, the gaming community, gaming in general, be kind of whack, to be honest, in my opinion. I haven't really cared about PlayStation as a mainstay console since the PS2 generation. Because PS2 was probably one of the goated consoles of all time. Probably the greatest consoles of all time. Had a huge variety for whatever genre you're into. Had a huge variety on PS2. It had a huge library in general. But, you know, ever since then, PS3, PS4, PS5, I always preferred Xbox. So, it'd be sad if they left the console business, but they gave it a good run. So, if they do go, they gave it a good run. That's all you can say at that point. But I don't think this is going to happen. Like, they just made a big investment with Activision Blizzard King and Bethesda, so I don't think this is going to happen. But if it does, then it's like, oh well. It's like, I'm going to play where the games are at, and begrudgingly, it might be PlayStation. Or more than likely, probably PC, because you don't get charged online to play on PC, which PlayStation has the audacity to charge you a lot more just to play online mainly. So, let's see what people got to say about this. I think he's playing possum, but I do say that if Game Pass doesn't hit financial milestones that they set, we can see Microsoft adapting new plans for Xbox. And Stadia has probably made it known to Phil that that's why he's saying this is business. Where can we invest our money elsewhere and make more? If Xbox is not bringing in the cash, then it's time to move on. So, as funny as that would be, because that's just hilarious, one of the big three leaving the console market. I don't know how people find that funny. You gotta be mentally insane to want to see one of the big three go. Well, we need Xbox to stay to keep competition high. I do agree with that last part. You're like, if you got them three competing, it's like competition gonna be an all-time high. If you got two out of three, there's gonna be less competition. Because we already know Nintendo doesn't really compete with PlayStation, so it's gonna be worse if Xbox leaves the market. I think he means he will be fired. I mean, already this isn't looking good. Last we heard, Game Pass has been between 25 and 30 million. So, you know, their financial year 2023 are looking like they're short of this projection, which Spencer said would mean an exit from the gaming business. So this is what they're talking about, this little chart right here. Cloud first, PC first gamers, and console first multi-device gamers. Are really basing this on cloud and PC gamers? I mean, I guess that's PC gamers is definitely a big marketplace, but cloud gaming? I don't know. Who cares about cloud gaming? Well, right now, cloud gaming isn't like a big thing. Like streaming your games isn't a big thing, so I guess they're really trying to grow that. So I don't know. I'll leave it up to the financial people to analyze that chart right there. But apparently, they need more money or more revenues. What's going down to? So, is it me or it sounds like he puts the pressure on gamers to buy their products so they can survive? 2027 is around 3 more years. A lot can happen though. Like Microsoft would do that after the billions and billions they have invested. Yeah, once again, that doesn't really make sense. They invested that much money. Them closing like 3 to 4 years just doesn't make sense. But you know, who knows? Just 4 more years, guys. Hold the line. What a clown statement. Imagine rallying over that. Like, you're such a clown at that point. Like, geez. Everyone is talking about Xbox going out of business as a bad thing, and Sony might buy out Nintendo. Sony can't buy out Nintendo. They got the funds to do that, but and then you got a monopoly. I didn't see anyone even suggest that Nintendo can buy out Sony, and I think they can actually afford it. That's not gonna happen. This Game Pass thing literally means the world on Xbox, isn't it? Give me a break, for F's sakes. How about making delivering better games instead of telling us sub Game Pass on Xbox? Well, good luck for that. Well, you don't have to sub the Game Pass. You can just buy their games outright. So, how is options a bad thing? Once again, like I don't understand how people make this Game Pass thing such a big deal. Like you can subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to subscribe, you just buy the games outright, like you normally do. People like myself want to get a good deal, so we're gonna start to subscribe to Game Pass. Like, imagine a world where more options are bad for the consumer. Making money is not good enough. They need to make all the money. Corporations are abominations. Okay. Look, we have our monthly Xbox isn't going anywhere reminder. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't really do anything. Like, in the grand scheme of things, this is interesting talking about, but it's not, we're not going to know what the deal is until 2027. If it's actually like going to go into business or not. But I think it's just more fear mongering at this point. I don't, like I said, I don't know what this quote was from Phil Spencer, but then they did speculate about buying Nintendo. So it's like, should we take this with a grain of salt at this point? Like, who really cares? Like, I'm not gonna sell my Xbox or stop buying games on Xbox. So this doesn't really do anything. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. But it's just like sad that these guys are actually rallying over this nonsense. Like, why would you be happy about this? You're gonna be charged more for PlayStation. They're gonna do the bare minimum. Nintendo already gets away with doing the bare minimum, but it's gonna be intensified once Xbox leaves the marketplace. So there you go. That is me talking about this subject, which I don't think is going to happen. But if it does, it's like, I'll just move on where the games are at. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it kind of sucks. There'll be no more Xbox, but I would just move on to wherever the games are at. Most likely probably PC, to be honest. But it is what it is if it does happen. But those are my thoughts about this. I can't really say much because we don't know if this is going to happen or not. It's just speculation. It's just a quote just floating out there. It just gives people this idea that's going to go out of business, but we don't really know if that's going to happen. So hopefully it doesn't, because I don't want to play on PlayStation as a primary console. Oh man. Like I said, last time PlayStation was actually good in my eyes was like PS2 generation. That was peak PlayStation. Sure, that were for different people what their best PlayStation console was, but I think the peak PlayStation was PS2 generation. But I'm going to include it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this rumor or this sentiment going out that Xbox may be out of business by 2027 if things don't pick up. Definitely want to see you chime in down below. Leave a like if you like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.